Hi, I'm Grace, and these are the three most important qualities I think are for a teacher. Number one, being prepared, which might sound really simple, but there are so many different specs out there and so many different topics that I think making sure that you spend 10 to 20 minutes brushing up on your subject knowledge and knowing exactly what phrases the mark schemes look out for and things really informs how you explain something to a student. So yes, not just rocking up and relying on your subject knowledge to get you through. Number two, I think checking for understanding constantly. So you might be explaining something and it might be a bit complicated. So making sure every few minutes you are checking with a student to make sure that they are following is really important, and not just going along with your explanation and getting to the end and realizing that actually the student kind of was a bit lost 1 minute in. And then the third thing off the back of those two things is kind of, as you're checking for understanding, seeing if they are a bit lost, being able to be flexible with how you explain something, with the pace of your lesson. So if you're constantly checking in and you're very prepared, you'd be able to very expertly tailor a lesson and kind of chop and change the order maybe, or think of a different way to explain something. So yeah, three qualities. Number one, being prepared. Number two, checking for understanding. And number three, being able to alter your lesson plan based off what you see. Okay, best experiences in teaching would hands down be the relationships that you build with students. You spend hours and hours with your students and you do get to know them, and when they're comfortable with you and you have a positive relationship with them, they share very mundane details about their lives or feel comfortable to make jokes and ask any sorts of questions, and that just makes the day really fun. I recently left my school and I'm starting at a new school in September, and a lot of the students after our last lessons just stayed on for like 10 to 20 minutes to just chat. And I think, when you've built up such strong relationships, it really shows and it makes your job feel more fulfilling. In terms of teaching though, the best thing is when students ask questions around what you're teaching, that might take you a little bit off track or a little bit off spec, but they are about science, and it kind of shows that you've managed to explain it in an interesting enough way that they are then curious about and want to know more. So the best lessons have been kind of when we've taken 5 minutes out of it, or 10 minutes out of it sometimes, to entertain a question and a discussion about something that is related to the spec but not quite on the spec. The topic that I think, one of the topics that elicits a lot of interesting questions is radiation in physics, because there are so many dangers and there's so many uses and it affects everyone's bodies, and lots of people know someone who's maybe had radiotherapy or been affected by cancer. So that is probably a topic in terms of Key Stage 4 that students have found the most exciting or fascinating. The last question is about why I got into teaching, and I always knew I liked teaching because at school I explained a lot of things to friends, and actually two of my friends told me that without me they probably wouldn't have passed their maths A-level because I helped them so much in form time. So I've always known I like teaching. I thought I wanted to do it in later life, after doing maybe a more corporate job. But I ended up after uni working in an educational company, and it was very corporate. But from then on, I thought, actually, instead of waiting till I'm old to be a teacher, I would like to try teaching now, for a few years at least, and maybe go into policy or something after that. But after 7 years of teaching, I think I love it a lot. No day's the same, and it's just really fun. So I've stayed as a teacher since, and I think I want to be a teacher forever.